Thanks for tuning in to Red Belt Radio. The following episode is scheduled for one fall. I'm Jason, and this show is dedicated to World Wonder Ring Stardom. Today I'm covering the Goddess Tag League opening night, which took place on October 15th, 2023. The beginning of a new tournament in the wake of the grueling 5-star Grand Prix, a growing mountain of injuries, and not much time in between for anyone at all to catch their breath had me nervous as hell. In spite of everything, the Stardom roster were able to turn this night into something refreshing and fun. And though they still dance on the edge of danger, this event was something we all needed as the final push towards closing out Stardom's most successful year gets closer. If you find these transmissions valuable, please give this a like, subscribe to the channel, or leave a comment to let me know what you think. The following contains spoilers for the 13th Goddess of Stardom Tag League opening match. If you don't want spoilers yet, we'll see you later on. It's been a rough few months for Stardom fans. A growing number of people we root for and are so often entertained by are getting hurt, badly in some instances, and being removed from events left and right. What the Goddess Tag League offers at its best for those who remain is a chance to bring new dynamics to the stage and tell new types of stories. The Tag League features multiple teams that we simply haven't seen before, which hopefully is reinvigorating for those involved. Gear changes and unique moves have also come to the forefront, which allowed this night to feel like a fresh start for the company, in a sense. The first match to discuss was a slightly impromptu, non-goddess tag match between the team of Thekla and Mai Sakurai versus the team of Mirai and Miyu Amasaki. A contest that didn't make a whole lot of sense in terms of the pairings, but confirmed something I think is more and more obvious by the day. Mai Sakurai is one of the most entertaining and interesting characters to be watching over the course of this Goddess League time frame. She is going to breathe new life into this tournament, and already has breathed life into her upcoming partner Mirai. The Mai Sakurai character makes the Mirai character funnier than she was before. And the synergy of new attire, reinforced personality and mic skills, new moves, blossoming showmanship, and now her very own form of currency has turned Mai Sakurai into an amplifying force of nature. She now has a unique pinning technique to win matches with while posing, on top of her human chair limb wrapping maneuver, which means her matches are going to retain a continual, unique flavor of their very own. I'm talking so much about Mai Sakurai because I believe her team alongside Mirai will be one of the most memorable aspects of this entire league. Keep an eye on them. Also, a quick thumbs up for Thekla, who has some of the coolest new gear we've seen, seems to be having the time of her life, and has injected all of her recent matches with attitude and brilliant athleticism. Very happy to see her doing so well. As one of the only singles matches on the card, it was slightly surprising to see Julia taking the stage so early on in the night. I was also pretty intrigued by this match, as this was my first time watching Michiko wrestle. Michiko achieved something very rare tonight, which is garner consistent booing from the crowd and have them actively rooting against her the whole way. It felt good for someone to come into Stardom with that much heat fueling the match. Julia is never going to care how much of the roster is out with injuries. In fact, this brawl felt almost like she was doubling down on the gnarly stuff is going to get broken aspects of her style. Seats in the crowd got wiped out, folding chairs got weaponized, and a table was decimated thanks to a pile driver. This felt like a textbook Julia match, which I mean in a very good way. Her style and grit were encapsulated within an effective time frame here, and both of the wrestlers impressed. After this match, the official introductory pageant for the Goddess of Stardom Tag League began, and this is where the revivification of Stardom's 2023 might have just been solidified. New looks and new team dynamics for the wrestlers really can do a lot. And this is a creative medium, and the premise of the Tag League allows for much creativity to be tapped into. It was certainly sad to be missing both Azumi and Tam Nakano during this pageant. And I noticed Yuna Mizumori, Nakano's tag partner, looking particularly crestfallen. I tend to speculate a lot, but perhaps she knows something we don't. Perhaps Tam Nakano won't be able to participate in this tournament at all. I hope that isn't the case. But why be happy with just the pageant itself? Prominence, one of the wild cards of the Goddess Tag League, decided to trash the pageant altogether and jumpstart what would have been the co-main event in order to force their match with Suzu Suzuki and Mei Seira to happen way ahead of schedule. Another refreshing surprise and perfectly on theme for the deathmatch veterans. I did find it odd to place this particular showdown, which has Suzu Suzuki facing her old stablemates, so early on in the tournament schedule. But ending this match with a draw did leave open some room for the story to continue unfolding later, maybe. Conversely, it was actually pretty cool to see wrestlers like Waka Tsukiyama, Saya Ida, and Hanako booked so far up the match card. It's nice to see Saya Ida enjoying not only new blood tag success, but also the positive energy of the fans. That being said, her tag team still has quite a lot working against it, as tonight seemed to confirm. With complementary gear, including headdresses, sheer stature, physical strength, and a team name that seems to fit this tournament perfectly, the Divine Kingdom team of Micah and Megan Bain are posed to become the end bosses of the Tag League, perhaps to a quite villainous degree. For those who saw Nagoya Golden fight, you'll know that Micah has been pushed to a place of unparalleled rage, and that rage is probably going to be directed at all of her opponents in this competition. By making an example of Lady C, who probably gets the award for best gear tonight, fantastic, and Ami Sourei, Divine Kingdom has placed itself near the top of the list of teams to watch. They looked awesome with the red gear and the headdresses too. Another team to watch is the God's Eye comedic pairing of Saki Kashima and Shuri, who have some kind of swimming pool theme happening, I think. Their wrestling gear seems to incorporate life jackets, unless I'm completely blind, which is possible. Since 2022, there might not be a relationship between two people in Stardom funnier than Saki Kashima and Shuri. What they did tonight felt a little unbalanced, though it produced a good match, no doubt. I'm just not sure where they're trying to land exactly when Kashima starts the match literally running out of the ring towards safety and ends the match looking disappointed that she hadn't been mighty enough to make Shuri proud. They will find it, and I think their future in this tournament looks really bright. I don't think I have a lot to say about the main event other than it was really solid. It was cool seeing an established tag team like FWC with their own joint theme song and familiar color scheme. And that I was surprised Stardom didn't want to elevate Hanan a bit, at least a bit more here, as she was unable to get beyond the challenge that was Koguma. I'm certainly glad that Koguma and Hazuki got to close the show and end things on such a high note, and I think the crowd tonight showcased a commendable level of investment in this show, and they elevated the action with the energy that they gave. The wrestlers that are still active on the roster refuse to let Stardom's year collapse into gloom. They've awakened a new sense of drive and continue to entertain. I hope they'll be able to see the rest of this year through. If you found this transmission valuable, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, or leave a comment to let me know what you think. Thanks for listening to Red Belt Radio.